So we're talking about another trauma release exercise, or potentially not a trauma release exercise, but something that is making friends with your nervous system or bringing more awareness to the body. And one of those has been for me Ujayi breath. And I've encountered this through Art of Living breathwork, and it's kind of in a formula of softening and deepening into the body and really slowing down your heart rate. And that breath has been really useful for me in just bringing more awareness. And I'm sure you have loads more information because it is a yoga practice. So
yeah, it's also like a yogic pranayama. So Ujayi translates to victorious in Sanskrit, so it's victorious breath. And you will use Ujjayi breath in most vinyasa practices. And in the context of vinyasa, it's a way of helping generate heat in your body because you're creating that constriction. But I can definitely feel the calming nature of it as well, even though it's a heat generator, because it does really center you and focus you on your breath and what's going on in your body. It's almost like it gives your brain something to do, so that you can, start to release all of the other distractions and come in. Should we do a little bit of it?
Yeah, I mean, I just remembered that I've heard it being called the Darth Vader breath and also ocean breath.
Yeah. When I've taught it to kiddos before, I usually do Darth Vader breath. Ocean breath too. There's a couple different ways you can teach it, because it can, right at the beginning, it can be difficult to grasp. But usually once you get the feeling of it, you can access it very quickly. So I'll go sort of in a step by step, even though I know you've done it before. So yeah, to start, just sort of shake everything out. Yeah, we can both get a comfortable seat. Really feel your feet on the floor. And then inhale and sit up nice and tall, so we've got some space to breathe into. And then, we'll shut down our eyes for this, so we're not just looking at each other breathing. So here's one way I like to teach it. You can bring your hand up in front of your mouth and imagine that you're fogging up a mirror. So with your mouth open, you'll create a little restriction in the back of your throat and breathe onto your hand like you were fogging up a mirror. You create a sort of ha sound. Then feel for keeping that sensation in your throat, that little constriction in your throat, and breathe in through your mouth. So try it again. Breathe out onto your hand like you're fogging up a mirror. And then keep the constriction and breathe in. Now try that with your mouth closed. So you'll keep that feeling in your throat, but you'll exhale through your mouth. Through your nose with your mouth closed. And then try on the inhale. So there is an audible quality to this breath, and keep going. And there's that little constriction in the back of your throat that's really channeling and directing and focusing this pranayama, or this life force, this energy, into your body. Let's take a few more breaths here. One other thing to point out is that I notice a lot of students will get really tense and tight around their jaw. So try to focus that constriction right to the inside of your throat and let everything else on the outside just be really soft and heavy. Good, one more inhale. And exhale it out. Good stuff. How did that feel?
Amazing. It feels like it really does hit the back of like my throat and the back of my head as well, like really deepening and just slowing. Yeah, and you're right, it like gives you something to focus on and brings like concentration internally.
Yeah, it does. I love it. So yeah, great little tip. Thank
Awesome.
you.
Thank you.